Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Cooper on the return. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dumps it off to Fournette. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. First carry for Darius Geis. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 7.
Detroit!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go play action here on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
And they'll run it here. And spins away. And a spin again. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Looking to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 30!
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talked about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
Now let's go.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
Detroit!
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Gets past one man. And now running right through him. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. They'll look to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Watch him now, Barney. Gone.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a second down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. Gone.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Steps away to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. Going to throw right side here, complete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Taken in at the 11. Nifty move. 12 yards on the return that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Over! Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for KC. 48 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
Gone!
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. It's a quarterback sneak, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Redskins. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right, and this will be caught at the 30. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone. Detroit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end, and that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6, and the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Extra point right down the middle, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Cooper on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
We're back now in KC.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll drop the throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go.
Now let's go.
But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He's letting it fly for Cooks. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a 1st down. It's 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Butker able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Washington. 67 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Chiefs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Kansas City, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.